It's not nice to be a nice person when it comes to business, especially in terms of services for people. Let me give you a couple of pointers that I want you to understand, okay? Here's all the mistakes that I did, and I want to tell you guys and girls, so you guys and girls should not fall into this predicament. First and foremost, charging low. All right, selling yourself out for a low price is the biggest mistake you as a person can be doing for yourself. I started out as low as $15 or even $10 a song when I was mixing and mastering people's music. Think about that, okay? Mr. Calculator, here we go. How many $10 does it take to make at least $25,000 in a year? Let's say that, right? You got $2,500, okay? Or not $2,500, 2,500 songs that you have to work on at $10 a song in order to make $25,000. Does it sound like a life? Hell no, that does not sound like a life that you would want to live. Now, even at the price that I did at last before I quit doing mixing, that was $300. Let's say $25,000 divided by $300. We got 83 services that you would have to do, or in my case, I would have had to do. 83 sounds more like it, as at least it's like once every 3 days or something, but if it's something you don't like to do in terms of service, and you know, 83 obviously is not going to be a number for you to do. You would probably want to do less, thus charging more. But even when I said the price $300, some of y'all probably gasped like, oh my God, that's a big number. Trust me, if you're a nice person and you're starting out, $300 is a very low number. And even myself, when I was raising my prices up, I used to think, damn, this is so much, I don't think anyone's gonna work with me. That's a nice guy thing to think about. Oh wow, $50, you know, from 15 to 30 to 50. These are all low ass numbers, man. And if you're a nice guy, this is gonna hit your subconscious, making you think multiple things from, wow, nobody's gonna pay for that, I'm not good enough for that, things of that nature. Like, this value is too high for what I price myself, which is obviously false if you know what you're doing. If you're a mixing engineer and you want to up your game, you want to actually be alive, all right, back with that $25,000, let's say, for example, $25,000, let's say you mix songs for $600. That's 41 songs in a year, and that's obviously manageable, especially if you build up clients and have albums done. 46, what did I say, 46 or 41 songs a year for $600. That sounds more like a not a nice person, but a person that, you know, charges a lot because they are about that life. Like, that's not even a lot. You know Crystal Lord Algae, the guy that shows up at Waves, the old little wrinkled man? He has like a $2 million studio or whatever it may be, but he charges $8,000 to mix one song. And guess what? He doesn't even do the nice things that I'm gonna point out in the next point, but he's the type of person that gets a song, mixes it the way he likes it, sends it back to you, and if you have any hearsay, oh well. Point two, okay? Nice people do a little extra, a little more than what they're supposed to do. So in my case, I was a mixing and mastering engineer. Why am I out there clearing vocals, cleaning up vocals for people? Why am I out there editing vocals for people, like different takes and making it right? That's not my job. Why am I out there changing pitches manually? That's not my job. That's the job for someone else, the post audio editor, or the recording artist, or the producer who's supposed to keep the artist in check, or everybody else in check. Why, as you, the mixing and mastering, or mixing engineer, let's just say, why are you doing other people's jobs? And I'm still a victim of this because just the target audience that I'm working with, I have to teach them or educate them and let them know. But I overstep my bounds of what I'm doing, and I overvalue or give people more value than I charge, of course. But I give people, let's say I'm the mastering engineer, I give people advice about their creativity in their music, which is not my job, and they ask for it and then I give them. That's not my job. If you keep giving people things that are not your job, you're gonna be a stepping stone. People are gonna come to you for things XYZ that you're not being paid for or you're not supposed to be, you know, dealing with. Last point before I end this, I know I said 5, but let's just bring it a little bit higher. If you're a nice person, not only are you gonna let people step on you, you're gonna let people take advantage of you, and especially perfectionists, they're gonna come to you and act like, you know, what they paid for is what they owed when it's not even your job. Let's say you do what you're supposed to do. You do everything you do, and these perfectionists is like, hey, could you change this? Could you adjust this? Could you move this here? And then, oh no, could you do this instead? They're gonna keep coming back to you over and over and over because you're being nice to them and providing them. They're going to keep on asking for this stuff, and you as a nice person, you're just gonna keep doing it, and you're gonna waste your time, your money. Let me give you a good example. There was one person that I worked on one song for, and it took over 6 months for this song to be finished, okay? What I mean is, this guy came to me, hey, could you tweak this? Could you modify that? Could you make it like this? Okay, great. Next day, oh, could you revert this? Could you make it sound like this instead? Could you do this? And I'm such a nice person. I'm like, okay, let me do this, usually when I edit things like this, I would do like edit 1, edit 2, edit 3. This went up to like edit 25. You're not supposed to have it that much, right? And I felt like I was doing myself a favor by doing revisions for $5 extra per revision. No, it doesn't add up, man. It doesn't add up. If you're not a nice person, if you're someone who's arrogant and straightforward and you're sticking to your plan, you're gonna do good in the business. But if you're somebody like me who's a nice person, you're gonna get stepped on, and you're gonna allow yourself to get stepped on because you may feel desperate. Like, yo, this is your only stream of income. This is your only way you could be able to build up credit in the future. My advice to you guys and girls is strictly do not let people overstep your bounds. Do not go the extra mile for these people. Give them what they paid you. And if you charge less, you're gonna get a lot more clients that are nitty gritty. If you charge more, you're gonna get a lot more people that are gonna believe in you and be like, okay, you're charging this for a specific amount because you're this type of person. I respect that, and let me do this, you know. Make sure you don't get stepped on. If you're a nice person, this is not the thing for you to do. I will see you guys and girls in the next one. Peace. I'm out. And please have yourselves a damn good one.